Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we got to talk the latest with Funky Dineva versus Tamar Braxton. And at this point, do we need a separate playlist? Like, what is happening? Why is this going on every day? Are we going to wrap this up? Are we going to land the plane? What is going on, right? So just to quickly give y'all a brief summary. Right? Because some of y'all may not know. Some of y'all be coming in the middle. Some of y'all are coming in at the end and the now and the whole nine, right? So basically what happened was, Tamar and Funky Dineva were out this summer celebrating what was supposed to be, a birthday celebration, everything else, but has quickly turned into some other level of foolishness, right? And so nonetheless, I guess what happened after, Tamar and Funky Dineva were out celebrating and everything else, Tamar randomly, the next day posts this to her Instagram stories about how she woke up in a pool of blood. She doesn't know what happened and all of this and all of that. And God's got me and the whole nine. And so what happened was nobody knew anything from how we got to this post from, the night before. And the night before, we obviously saw there was a lot of content. There was a lot of videos of Funky Dineva and Tamar partying. So nonetheless, nobody knew what happened, right? But unfortunately, some people drew some conclusions and throw Funky Dineva under the bus. And we're like, listen, look at here. Due to Funky Dineva's past, due to how Funky Dineva moves, and him and Tamar aren't that cool anyways, and da-da-da-da-da, maybe he had something to do with it, right? And nonetheless, everything that had happened of what Tamar was describing like, some other type of foolishness went down, right? Went down. And so Funky Dineva basically was like, listen, I don't know what happened to that lady. Here's my alibi. Here's what happened, right? We rode all together in an Uber. However, I did not go inside Tamar Braxton's place. I made other plans and other arrangements after the Uber dropped off Tamar, right? So that's what happened, right? And so I guess Funky Dineva had reached out to Tamar on multiple occasions to tell her, listen, look here, wrap this up, land the plane, clear my name, exonerate me. People think I have something to do with you waking up in a pool full of blood and your teeth knocked out, and that's not the case. Tamar didn't say anything till I think a week or something later. She alleged that she had been in the hospital, she had been recovering, and all this and all that, and it wasn't her priority to respond to Funky Dineva and all of this and all of that, right? And so none of this, around this time, there's rumors heating up of whether or not Tamar and Mendices are a thing or not, right? So nonetheless, we don't hear anything for a while, right? We do not hear anything for a while. Fast forward, some time comes in or whatever else, and Tamar is promoting this project. She releases this trailer for what is called Heartbreak Retrograde, right? And out of nowhere, Funky Dineva is in the trailer, right? As well as Mendices, as well as Vince and everything else, Tamar's ex-husband. And Funky Dineva drags Tamar because he's like, what the willy, Anse? Like, did you just utilize me for a publicity stunt? Because why am I in it, right? Why am I in it? What is happening? You can't answer my phone calls, but you dropped me in this trailer. No. Then also, you guys, out of the blue, there is this video with Tamar and a dentist that they apparently had performed oral surgery to fix her teeth and show x-rays and everything else because people were calling Tamar a liar, right? That this was all a scheme that was set up by Tamar. And so they concluded that what happened to Tamar was as a result of sleepwalking. Listen, y'all, I don't know if any of y'all have ever sleptwalked before, but I have never heard of anybody sleepwalking, and then from there, you wake up in a pool of blood, and your teeth are knocked out. No. So nonetheless, that happens, right? And so all of this time, we really don't know. I guess the trailer to come out with Mendices in it was maybe to show, hey, there's nothing going on. This is just a co-star for this project. But due to all the drama going on with the back and forth with Tamar and Funky Dineva and everything else, and I think eventually Tamar apologized, but maybe it was too little too late. And, she said, essentially, she was pushing back the Heartbreak Retrograde album, that it was going to be on hiatus, right? That there was too much hate she was receiving, and she didn't want to deal with it, and all this and all of that, and she just wasn't fooling with all of this nonsense, right? So then more time passed, right? And I don't know what happened. I just know randomly, recently, that now all of a sudden the Heartbreak Retrograde EP is back on the table, and all of a sudden a 45-minute video of Heartbreak Retrograde is released on the YouTubes, right? And I'm like, okay, well, where did this come from? Why is this happening? Like, is this something to do with the show? Is this something to do, like, maybe you were waiting for the drama with Funky Dineva to die down? Like, what is the take? And then there is another interview that comes out where Tamar is allegedly trying to talk about that night in question where her teeth allegedly got knocked out and she was in a pool of blood, and she is saying that she doesn't know what happened, that she does not remember what happened, and it's a little bit of a different story than what originally was said in her Instagram stories and everything else. Funky Dineva is pissed off, right? He is pissed off because he has no idea why this is being revisited. He has no idea why his name is being inserted in this and all of this all again. So he unloads the clip and is like, listen, look at here. Listen, look at here. I kept this piece quiet, but you and Mendices have been having an affair. You and Mendices have been doing the grown-up stuff together. You and Mendices are, entangled in some way. And here is the real tea that happened, because y'all have been at restaurants together, y'all have been at the club together, and all of this and all of that, being inappropriate, you allegedly being under the influence, sitting on a Mendices lap, and allegedly when we were in the Uber, it wasn't just me and you, Tamar, it was me and you, Tamar, but also Mendices and also a friend of Mendices, I guess as a cover-up, because the cover-up is always worse than the crime. But nonetheless, the reason why I didn't go into y'all house, because you and Mendices was kissing, Kissing. Y'all were all over each other and all of this and all of that, and I was uncomfortable because I figured once we got to your house, it was about to go down with Mendices. But if anybody has any questions about what happened to your teeth or what happened to anything else, you need to be asking Mendices and Mendices' friends, right? So Tamar, her response was like, listen, look here, here's my side of the story, watch Heartbreak Retrograde. And nobody cared, nobody paid attention, right? And so nonetheless, then she released a statement, which I did a video about earlier, late last night, I believe. And, basically, it wasn't real. It was a statement from an attorney's office. However, this was not a cease and desist. This was not a threat that anybody was going to get sued. This was not a cease and desist sent to Funky Dineva to stop discussing the matter at hand. This was just basically a letter from the attorney's office basically saying that Tamar did not have an inappropriate relationship with Mendices. And Funky Dineva did not like this at all. Tamar has since taken down this letter from the attorney. And Funky Dineva said there's tons of attorneys that hate Tamar's guts, that want nothing to do with Tamar, and all of this and all of that. And also said as well that, basically said that, how can you deny that nothing inappropriate went down with you and Mendices if allegedly some hands were on some thighs and some other activities were going on? And I can tell you the outfit you had on. I can tell you the dates and times that we were at X, Y, and Z restaurant. We were at X, Y, and Z club and the whole nine. If you want to get very specific, if you want to really unload this clip and I can really unleash, because nobody's going to lie on me and you're not going to threaten me with no type of lawsuit lawsuit or no type of attorneys because I've been through this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So, you know, how can you come at me with this over the truth? And anybody else who was at these clubs, who was at these restaurants on these dates, email me at Funky Dineva and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He just went in and drug Tamar for an hour, also on the social media platforms as well. He also was saying Toni Braxton would never, Janet Jackson would never, you're just a commoner, and alleged that, you know, Tamar's Braxton's parents, that this is their biggest mistake of having Tamar. This is not how a superstar acts. This is not how a megastar acts. And all of this, he just went in and drug her up and down and said that, you know, you are lying about your relationship with Mendices because it definitely was inappropriate. It definitely was giving an affair. And then, you guys, Yandy, some people were trying to hit up Yandy because she was on a live trying to promote her skincare products, and she was like, please don't talk to me about that, please don't ask me about that, we're here to talk about skincare. And per usual, you know, I don't know where Mendices is. I've not heard from Mendices at all. He's not confirming anything, he's not denying anything. I don't know where he's at. But that is the latest update, you guys. So I don't know if Funky Dineva is going to drag Tamar Braxton again tonight. But, you know, none of this is looking good. None of this is looking good for Tamar. If, in fact, what Funky Dineva is alleging is true, that Tamar and Mendices have been getting down, and this is her co-star. And what I don't understand is, as much as Tamar does music videos, why couldn't you hire a model or hire an actor to play a love interest? Why would you bring in somebody who allegedly is your real love interest? Make that make sense. So that is it. That is all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.